Right.
I mean,
right.
they almost killed him. So
but you know what she was saying? Really, what she wasn't saying in her head was, dang, he just won the election.
Mhm.
Hello, welcome to Texas Tough Chicks. My name is Gwen and this is Viv, and we're glad you're here. If you're here for the first time, welcome. If you are coming back for your poison, we're glad you're back for your poison. And we look forward to just talking about what's gone on the last few days. We had the assassination attempt and we put out a video on that, got some pretty good traction. We're still kind of struggling with that weird thing that's going on with YouTube, but looks like Rumble's picking up. So
yeah, thanks Rumble for finally finding us.
Yeah, and make it leave us some comments. We've got a good person that's commenting some nice long comments on there, and really interesting to read and different people's opinions. Not that we agree with everyone, but it's just fun to read different people's opinions. And
sure.
So yeah, and so I wanted to touch base too, because big thing just heard just right now that President Biden, they put this out in the White House, so this is not, this is out for public notice that he's tested positive for COVID, so he's going to go into hiding again. And okay, so whether he has COVID or not, okay, first of all, if he has COVID, he's like boosted to the max, supposedly.
Yeah.
And he's still getting COVID, and he's 80 years old.
Right.
Okay, can we just address the elephant in the room?
Yes.
The vaccine does not prevent you from getting COVID. Come on. Fauci got it. I mean, unless these politicians, which they might be liars, which they are liars.
Oh yeah.
And maybe they got the placebo and they told us they got it and the vaccine, and they didn't really. But it's irrelevant. The people that I've known that have gotten the vaccine and gotten all the boosters are still getting COVID just as likely as anyone else. They get a mild case like everyone else. Everyone that I know that isn't vaccinated, that gets a mild case right now. So I thought, well, that's kind of convenient, because then they can isolate him.
Oh yeah, he can't
talk
be out
about
there.
What's going on.
Oh no, he can't talk about the fact that Trump was almost assassinated. He can't talk about the fact that he has a worthless piece of human being for a Secret Service head, and Mayorkas is a jerk and all the other stuff. No, he just can't talk about it because he's sick.
Right. Yeah, and he has to be isolated. See, that's one thing about the COVID versus any other kind of illness or injury, is that he has to be isolated. So that means he can't be around people. He can't, blah, blah, blah. But on a good note, Tom MacDonald came out with an awesome
that amazing. He put that out, like the assassination attempt happened, and within less than 24 hours, he had that out. That man's amazing.
Yes.
He's amazing.
Yes. And I was getting kind of hung up on watching the reactions to it, because so many people are just like, this is the best. And it is so good. Of course, just so for those parents that are out there that don't know about this song, it's called BITCH, You Missed. Okay. So it does have that swear word in it. So you don't want to be like cranking it up for the kids. And I hope he puts out a version that we can play for the kids, because all the other words are really good.
And to differentiate, he's talking about you missed, but all these other people, like I'm watching MSNBC, and some of the people that are, they're little slimy bloggers that are responding saying, my God, how did you miss? And some of those people just were demented.
Oh, but we're supposed to take down the tone, right?
Right.
Trump
yeah, it's our side.
Take down the tone.
Yeah, it's our side that needs to tone it down. Right. I don't think any of us are calling for Biden to be assassinated, and
never.
Sad that he's not.
Never.
I mean, that's disgusting.
Never. We would never. That's a thing. The right has the guns. The right trains themselves on safety with the guns, and yet we don't shoot anyone, and we don't even we don't promote shooting people. But yet the left, like in Tom MacDonald's song, he says, but you have the guns and you're the terrorists with the guns.
That's right.
When they have the guns, they act as terrorists.
Mhm.
And when we have the guns, we act as responsible people. And it's just, have you watched any of the RNC convention?
I've watched a few clips. I tell you one that I don't know who she is from Beans, but Amber Rose.
Yes.
Apparently she was
Oh
uber
my
lefty.
gosh.
I was
Ooh, she's getting
so
some heat for
impressed.
that speech. I watched that one.
Well, she kind of got booed a little bit when she came out. I mean, they were
Yeah.
just like, not really booing, but like, why are you here?"
Yeah. Well, I mean,
She's the kind of people we need speaking out because she's
yes.
one that used to be a lefty that's finally gone, wait a minute, thank goodness her father said, "What? Step back and really
Yes.
look." She's the voice. She's the kind of voice we need saying, "I was wrong.
Yeah.
These people are right. These are my people." She said that. She goes, "I figured out
Yes.
that these are
These
my
are my
people."
people. Yeah, I
So I
love
went,
that.
"Yeah,
I love
yeah,
that.
it
Yeah, I
was
looked her
good."
up because my husband looks at me and he goes, she's a porn star. And I said, how do you know that? And he said
I
someone else
just
said it on the news. And I was like, okay, that better be the way he knows that. But anyway, looked it up and she's not. She's not a porn star, but
she's a model or something.
she's had very like she's done some things that are very risque and on
Oh, well, see,
kind of on the porn team, but not on not I mean, she was a stripper, but then
I just
even
like I
then
said,
she did some weird like protest stuff and
oh well,
yeah, whatever. I don't care.
yeah.
You know what I mean?
Mhm.
We want her vote. So
Yep. Well, we
as
want
long as she
her
doesn't
vo
come in and try and change our party to
no,
accept
we
transgenders or something
no,
stupid.
no, but we want her voice to say that, I was lied to, and now I
Yeah.
realize I'm
Hmm.
wrong,
Hmm.
and that this man is good, and this man is
Hmm.
who we need to be voting for. So, yeah, join our party. We'll have
Yeah.
you.
Yep. Yeah, she was really good. I felt really bad for all the other people that got up and spoke around her because she was very articulate.
Mhm.
I looked at my husband. It's like, man, I hope she's like the, Trump spokesperson because she's very articulate, very friendly looking, but beautiful, and although she has a tattoo across her forehead, I couldn't
I
read
know,
it. I don't know what that
well,
is,
and
but
those
anyway,
yeah, well,
who knows? And I did catch Vivek's speech,
oh,
Vivek.
yeah, mhm,
And oh, it was really good. I mean, I would love to see him as a spokesperson for the White House because, and I know he probably has higher ambitions than that, but I mean,
mhm,
oh my goodness, he's so good. He's so
yep,
good the way he speaks and he's so powerful. And I think he would be a great spokesperson. I love that part. And then we have
mhm,
uh, JD got appointed, JD Vance for running mate. And I
mhm.
really didn't know much about him. I looked him up, kind of looked it over. I was like, it's
I
okay.
read his book. I read his
Did you
book back,
really?
yeah, about 2 or 3 years ago before I
Really?
think before he was even a senator, maybe he was running for the Senate.
Wow.
But and of course, they have the movie about that, and I have not
Yeah.
seen the movie, but it's pretty impressive. I mean, he came from, I think he said his mother's been married 5 times, and
Oh
he's changed
yeah.
his name like 3 times,
Yeah.
and he was raised by his grandparents who were Democrats.
Wow.
Very, very blue collar,
Hmm.
poor background, and
Hmm.
then he joined the Marines and turned his life around. And they said that he did extremely well in college. He's very intelligent, and
Hmm.
so
Yeah.
kudos to
Well, I mean,
him.
I looked up the movie. I kind of looked up the book and looked up the
Mhm.
movie, and the movie has Glenn Close in it, which is really interesting. She plays a very
I think she
I
plays the
think she
grandmother.
the grandmother, yeah. So she's
Hmm.
not a glamorous at all, kind of role. So I'm
Hmm.
impressed with that. So I mean, and she's a good actress. So I mean, it's
Hmm.
wherever she stands politically, I have no idea. I don't know if she's an
Yeah,
idiot like De Niro or whatever. Holy
yeah.
moly! Let's talk about this shooter that tried to assassinate Trump.
Hmm.
There are so many insane things coming out now
Hmm. Hmm.
about the what would you call lack of professionalism, but more than that, like what is going on with the Secret Service and the FBI? Well, first of
And
all, we know the FBI is super corrupt. They've hated Trump, they've lied about
oh yeah,
Trump. So I
yeah,
mean,
yeah,
how do you
yeah.
trust anything they say? Then the Secret
No.
Service, from what I understand, our president Biden, the acting president, is the one
Hmm.
who okays, and he doesn't technically assign, but he
Hmm. Hmm.
okays the
Hmm.
Secret Service to
Hmm.
people.
Hmm.
And so who knows? And then my big take. Okay, so there's so much, but let me go
Hmm.
here. Secret Service is supposed to be a body shield basically for the
Hmm.
president or for whoever they're protecting, right?
right, right.
So if you look at the pictures, all of the Secret Service that were standing up on the stage with President Trump were his height or taller,
Supposed
except
to be.
one.
Right. Two.
And that one that was in front of him, exposing him from shoulders up,
Uh-huh.
which is the vital place where you don't want any exposure, right?
Right.
Not knowing if there was still another shooter,
Mm-hmm.
she's placed
Too
there.
short.
Bad.
Mhm.
That should have never happened. She should have never been, whether she's legit or not, doesn't even matter. She should have
Mm-mm.
never been in that position. You can't
Right.
body shield someone when you can't even cover their head. Like
Right.
that's
Right.
ridiculous.
Right.
Then if you watch it, and I keep watching this over and over again, I'm kind of sick that way. She's the one that's holding everyone up because she's doing this weird shuffle thing. And I'm like, are you stalling, girl? Like, are you stalling? Like, what are you doing?
Well, was
You know,
she?
almost at one point you should just step aside, and because you're making it slower for him to get off of the stage. Now he did stop everyone and he did
Mhm.
want to do that. Okay, that's on him. But
Right.
then the walking off, it was like she was almost like, oh, let's give it a little more time. Maybe there's someone else out there, you know?
How can you not? Two things. There was another video I saw that was actually from behind the stage to the side where the bullet came from. And there was a guy in black who you assume is Secret Service. He is crouched down and he goes over to the people, the spectators, and is moving them out of the way before the shot happened.
What?
Before, yes, it's
Uh,
like, what is he doing? But he's like coming over to these people and telling them, move back, move back, move back. And
oh
he's crouched
wow.
down, like, and then boom, the shots rang out. So it's like,
That's just
what?
weird. That's
What?
just well, okay. And has anyone even said anything about where the other two that are critically injured? Where were they
Oh, I
shot
haven't
at?
heard.
We only know
I
where
don't
the
know.
one gentleman who was killed, and
Uh-huh.
sorry for his family. That's just
That's horrible.
horrible.
Oh, did you hear
Um,
his wife refused to take Biden's call? And I
mhm.
went, you go. I don't
Yes.
know. I might have taken it. It said, you're responsible. Get out of my life.
Right.
Okay, so that idiot woman who's in charge of the Secret Service,
Oh,
number
yeah. Oh
one,
my
her
gosh.
background in security is she worked for Pepsi. So what does she guard? A Pepsi, I don't know,
Well, they
company,
have big
whatever.
people have a lot of money. Okay.
But come on, there's going to be
Do they
people that
have
are going
death
to,
threats? I mean, is Coke
yeah,
hiring hitmen? You know, Coke is
no,
like, hey, we
no,
got to take out
no.
those Pepsi guys. Maybe that's
And then
what's happening.
today they played a clip where she said, "Well, we had to think about the safety of the Secret Service because that was a sloped roof."
Oh my gosh, that was
And
the
I went,
stupidest.
the
I couldn't
roof
even
that,
believe. Okay, this is what I believe. Okay, this is what I believe is happening with that. Okay, this is going down the conspiracy bunny hole. So hang on tight.
yep.
Is it possible that someone said to her, hey, this is how you're going to present it? You're going to say that it was sloped and we were looking out for it because they want her to be the scapegoat. The focus kind of comes off of all the wrongs that were done, everything that
Mhm.
was going
Mhm.
funky. You
Mhm.
kind of put it all on the top person. Not
Yep.
really the top, but she's kind of the top of the Secret Service
Well,
branch there.
I think if I'm correct, her boss is Mayorkas, DHS.
Right. I think
And
so.
I
I
went,
think so too, because it's
God,
funny because he
it's a
said
clown
something like
show.
she may not have to testify or something like that, and he's gonna okay that or not. And I'm like, wait, what? Is he her boss? So
Mhm. Yep.
possibly, but I'm thinking they're setting her up to take the fall
Oh, yeah.
because there's no way in hell anyone would go out there and say that without being told to say that.
Mhm.
Like, there's no way. I pray to God she's not that stupid. I may be wrong. That's a conspiracy theory. And then on top of it, literally, seriously, who believes you're going to put people inside a building to secure the outside? Like, that's just the stupidest argument
I
ever.
know it. I
And
know
you
it.
have a ladder supposedly attached. Now, I've heard both things. I've heard that it
He bought
wasn't
the
attached,
ladder.
and
They
then I
said
heard,
he bought the ladder.
okay, okay,
How did
so
he get it there before that, though? It's like,
you're
how did he?
right. So what the
Okay.
hell was going on? Then the water tower and the bank of trees, and one of the spectators said, and the other shooter that was in the water tower, and I'm like, what?
Yes. Yes. Yes.
Like what?
Yes. Mhm.
So
Mhm.
Vance at the Republican convention today
Mhm.
speaking, and he's a great speaker. I
Mhm.
think he's got
Mhm.
a cool head. You know,
He
he
does.
seems older than he is to me. I'm 39. Of course, at my age, that seems pretty young. That's my
But
kids.
and he's actually
know.
almost 40. He'll be 40 on the 2nd of August. So he's
I
closer
mean,
to
he's
40.
got, got family, he's married, and I feel like he's solid. I have to say, keep the beard, dude. Keep the beard. Like it's good. It's good. I think our young people are going to relate to it, and there's just no reason for men not to wear their facial hair if they want to. It's
Yeah,
ridiculous.
yeah.
Yeah, he's very composed, and I think he's likable, except for the left is going to do a big twist on him, Oh
Cabinet
yeah,
back
did
there
you
and going,
see him today? He was getting on Air Force One, probably to go into hiding.
yeah.
And it was like, and someone reporter says, "How you feeling? How you feeling?" He's like,
Oh, jeez.
and then he turns to walk, and it's like I almost thought he was gonna fall right there. And then he goes to go up the stairs, and about like the second step up, he had to like kind of stop himself and like
Mm.
tell his foot to go up. So yeah, I mean, there's a lot going on. I hope they don't let up on the investigating our FBI and Secret Service.
Right.
Still, Texas Tough Award goes to Donald Trump. Now
Still does.
I
Yes, it
say
does.
Tom MacDonald for that awesome
Yeah, oh,
song.
yeah. Yep. Kudos to him. We
So we'll
have
see you next time.
We will. Take care.
Started. All right. 3, 2, 1.
Wait, you want to pray?
Oh, yeah. Let's pray. Okay.